everyone, welcome back. Kathleen here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about, have you ever looked in the mirror and thought to yourself, why does my foundation look so heavy, thick, or just cakey looking and just making me look, I don't know, just really heavy and tired looking? Well, in today's video, I'm going to share with you why that is and what to do instead. So if that interests you, continue watching. I'm going to share with you a few scenarios. If you look at your foundation and you feel like it's just way too heavy, or it's just not laying on your skin properly, like it's just laying on the surface of your skin, it doesn't feel like it's part of your skin, I'm going to share with you some of the common mistakes that I see women making and what to do instead. So mistake number one that I see mature women making is not prepping their skin prior to putting on a foundation. What we need to do is layer a few products on beforehand. So you need to go in there and you need to start first with a moisturizer and let that seep into your skin, and then go in there and put a sunblock on and then let that seep into your skin. Don't do it all in one shot. Don't put your foundation, don't put your moisturizer on, then your sunblock, and then go layer on top of the foundation on top of it. Because what's going to happen is it's just going to be sliding around on the top of your face, and it's not going to be able to seep into the skin and plump up the skin enough before you go in there with the foundation. So just go in there, put them on, make sure you have at least 5 or 10 minutes and let those products seep into your skin before you go in there with the foundation. Moisturizer is key to having it looking healthy and plump looking and having it be able to seep into the skin. Mistake number two is going in there and putting on way too much foundation. See women taking it and going all over the entire face, all into here, around the mouth, taking it, using one pump on the entire side of the face and going in and letting that, and then just pressing that into the skin. And if you do that, it's going to look very masky looking. What you need to do is maybe take a half a pump, literally like that much product. Take your brush, start from the center of your face and move it outwards like so. Staying away from any fine lines, because what's going to happen is that foundation will settle into those fine lines if you go in there and try to press it into those areas to cover it up. What happens throughout the day with your face moving and talking, it will just settle in there. I completely stay away from my mouth area because it does just really have a tendency to collect there and in this area on my face. So I stay away from that. And then I just kind of brighten up the inside of my face. So it focuses more on my eyes as opposed to masking my face over and just making it look like it's like laying on the surface of my skin. The goal of foundation is to have it look like it's your skin, but you're not wearing anything. Now, can you see the difference between this side of my face and this side of my face? This side looks very heavy looking, and it just looks like it's like laying on the surface of it. Okay, so go in there and use a lot less product than you think that you need. And you could always add more if you need to, but just start with a lot less. Mistake number three is I see women going in there and using way too much powder because they want to set it in place and they don't want it to settle into the fine lines. Again, what happens is there's just way too much product and it's going to lay too heavy on the face and it's just really going to drag your face down. So what women will do is they'll take a brush, a large brush, they'll take some powder. This is actually the wrong shade for my skin and you'll see in a minute why that is. And go in there and press that all over the face. So what happens when you put that much on? If you go outside and you sweat a little bit, it's just going to activate that powder and it's going to turn into like cake on your face. So we don't want to go in there with that much. What we do want to do is go in there and put a little tiny bit on. Take a powder puff, take a finely milled setting powder, go in there, take a little tiny bit like that, and you're even going to take less than that because what you're going to do is bang that against your hand like so that you have like that much on there. And then just gently press it into those areas where you have a lot of movement on your face. Just gently press and there on the labial fold. If you want to go around your mouth, you can do it there. And then maybe in the center of your forehead in here, as opposed to going in there and putting it all over your entire face. Mistake number four I see mature women making is thinking that we have to look perfect. We don't need to look perfect. There's nothing wrong with our fine lines. There's nothing wrong with wrinkles. There's nothing wrong with dark circles. There's nothing wrong with bags. There's nothing wrong with sagginess. What we do want to do is look like the best versions of ourselves for our age, and we want to just use the product strategically just to enhance who we are and not really, just to soften maybe some of these things so that we look fresh and we feel confident and we can go about our day feeling like it's the best versions of us. And if that is the way that you think, my name is Kathleen and I do create content for mature women who like a simple, effortless, very casual type look. Nothing that's too overdone, nothing that's, It's going to take too long to do. I just really want to, you know, have healthy skin. Just have the makeup make us look like the polished versions of ourselves. So if that's you, consider subscribing. I have been in this industry my entire life. I currently run a bridal hair and makeup company, which keeps me pretty busy, especially this time of year. I do love creating content for mature women who like a simple, effortless type look, nothing too overdone. So let's just kind of go over what we need to do. We need to go in there and make sure that our skin is hydrated. We need to make sure that that whatever we use has seeped into our skin and given the skin enough time. We want to be very strategic in how much foundation we do use. We don't want to go in there and completely cover up everything and make it look like a mask. We want to make sure we're using the right finish for our skin. We don't want to go in there with anything too matte if our skin is dry. We don't want to layer on too many products. We want to be really careful about how we're putting on these products and just really putting them in the places where it's needed. We can always go back and add more if we need to. So last but not least, our goal isn't to look perfect. It's just to be the best versions of ourselves so that we feel confident and to get through our day and we don't look tired and haggard looking. So thanks for spending some time with me. If you did gain any value, please give this video a thumbs up and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.